I Know an Old Lady Who Swallowed a Pie, written by Alison Jackson, illustrated by Judith, Byron, Schachner. Cover of book. An old woman in a red spotted dress holds a large pie. She looks out away from the pie. A blond child in a blue striped dress stares wide-eyed at the pie. A smiling baby holding a pacifier and a yellow striped outfit sits by the pie. A tall, slender old woman in a red spotted dress stands in a doorway. She is holding a pie. A cat peeks around the corner of the doorway. I know an old lady. The old lady steps through the doorway into the house towards a family consisting of a father, a mother holding a baby, and a child in a blue dress. The baby and child wave to the old woman. The old woman drops an empty pie pan and crumbs fall on the ground. She puts her hands over her mouth with a surprised look on her face. The cat is by her feet on a pink leash. It has a dead mouse in its mouth. She swallowed a pie, a Thanksgiving pie, which was really too dry. Perhaps she'll die. The old woman is sitting in a large green armchair. Next to the chair, the cat lays in a basket. The old woman is chugging a large jug of cider. It is almost gone. The child looks on, their mouth open in awe. The baby sits on the floor drinking from a bottle. I know an old lady who swallowed some cider. The old woman in the chair holds the cat's leash in one hand and her purse in the other. The child and baby hold onto the old woman's dress. The people and cat are all vibrating. That rumbled and mumbled and grumbled inside her. She swallowed the cider to moisten the pie, the Thanksgiving pie, which was really too dry. Perhaps she'll die. In a dining room in front of a table, the child holds a basket of rolls in one hand and feeds a roll to the old woman with the other hand. The woman bends over to eat the roll. The cat is holding onto her back. The baby holds onto the bottom of the old woman's dress. I know an old lady who swallowed a roll. The old woman is sitting on the floor next to the remainder of the rolls spilling out of the basket. A roll-sized lump is seen in her throat. She is hitting herself on the top of the head to get it down her throat. The child is by her side looking concerned. The baby is behind the old woman, pulling the cat's tail as it tries to escape, looking scared. Just swallowed it whole, the entire roll. She swallowed the roll to go with the cider that rumbled and mumbled and grumbled inside her. She swallowed the cider to moisten the pie, the Thanksgiving pie, which was really too dry. Perhaps she'll die. In a kitchen, the mother cooks on a stove. The old woman stands up. Her face is distorted as she has a whole squash in her mouth. The child holds up another squash, and there are several on the counter along with other foods. The father points over at the woman, laughing with his hand over his mouth. In the back of the picture, the baby crawls away, following the cat. I know an old lady who swallowed a squash. The father holds a bowl of salad. The mother has her hands on the shoulder of the old woman. The baby, child, and cat look up. All the family members and cat have shocked looks on their faces. Oh my gosh, a fat yellow squash! She swallowed the squash to go with the roll. She swallowed the roll to go with the cider that rumbled and mumbled and grumbled inside her. She swallowed the cider to moisten the pie, the Thanksgiving pie, which was really too dry. Perhaps she'll die. The old woman with a protruding belly is pouring a whole serving bowl of salad down her throat. Some of the salad falls behind her onto the baby in its exer saucer. The father sits at the table looking outraged. The child holds up the wooden serving fork, hands raised in excitement. The cat is shaking as it watches the old woman. I know an old lady who swallowed a salad. The old woman now has an enlarged stomach and face. She is eating a piece of lettuce and holding the cat. The old woman and the cat have stray pieces of lettuce on them. She was looking quite pallid from eating that salad. In the top right corner, the child stands with the salad bowl over their head, frowning. Bottom, the baby in the exer saucer holds an olive and looks over in the direction of the old woman. There is lettuce all over the page, along with a wooden fork and spoon from the salad. She swallowed the salad to go with the squash. She swallowed the squash to go with the roll. She swallowed the roll to go with the cider that rumbled and mumbled and grumbled inside her. She swallowed the cider to moisten the pie, the Thanksgiving pie, which was really too dry. Perhaps she'll die. The old woman is much larger. In the living room, she stands attempting to follow the father as he carries a whole cooked turkey into the dining room. The cat is biting the back of the father's pants. The child and the baby hold and pull back on the old woman's dress. Her arms are reached forward, and she has her mouth pursed in an O shape, looking interested. I know an old lady who swallowed a turkey. The old woman lays on a pink couch. It bows out under her. She is now larger than the couch. Her head, chest, and abdomen are all enlarged. The child stands behind the edge of the couch, touching the old woman's face. The baby is at the other end of the couch, hanging off, holding the dead mouse. The father holds the plate that was holding the turkey, but is now empty. He looks angry. He is shaking, and sweat is pouring off his forehead. The mother stands behind him, holding his shirt with one hand, and has her other hand over her mouth in shock. Her future looked murky after that turkey. She swallowed the turkey to go with the salad. She swallowed the salad to go with the roll. She swallowed the roll to go with the cider that rumbled and mumbled and grumbled inside her. She swallowed the cider to moisten the pie, the Thanksgiving pie, which was really too dry. Perhaps she'll die. In the kitchen, the old woman, who is bursting at the seams of her dress, mostly just a large blob, sits on a stool and points toward the large cooking pot the mother and father are carrying. They both look concerned and upset. In the bottom right corner, the child stands on the exer saucer with the baby inside that is being pulled by the cat as the baby holds onto its leash and it tries to run away. I know an old lady who swallowed a pot. In the kitchen, the old woman has shoved the whole large pot in her mouth. The child sits on her lap, hands up to their head in disbelief. The baby is out of the exer saucer and crawling out from under the old woman's dress and is trying to take a large oven mitt off of the cat. The mother has fainted on the floor and the father bends over to catch her. I kid you not. She swallowed a pot. She swallowed the pot to go with the turkey. She swallowed the turkey to go with the salad. She swallowed the salad to go with the squash. She swallowed the squash to go with the roll. She swallowed the roll to go with the cider that rumbled and mumbled and grumbled inside her. She swallowed the cider to moisten the pie, the Thanksgiving pie, which was really too dry. Perhaps she'll die. A large multi-layered cake takes up most of the left-hand page. The child looks at it, licking their lips. The baby is in the exerciser holding a turkey toy. The cat is behind the exerciser, its paws on the edge of its tray. The old woman is almost as wide as the door she is coming through into the dining room. I know an old lady who swallowed a cake. The child, baby, and cat look on in shock as the old woman chows down on the cake. The mother and father are behind her, both with looks of disbelief on their faces. For goodness sake, a 10-layer cake! The old woman is now larger than the whole dining room table. She is face down. Her whole body is enormous, with the exception of her skinny little ankles and feet that stick up at the top of the page. The chairs fly out from under the table as she flattens the table in her excitement of eating the cake. The child holds the baby in front of them, wide-eyed in shock. The baby smiles as they are hit with frosting. The cat, still on the leash, now held by the baby, jumps in the air to avoid a chair and looks in shock over at the old woman. She swallowed the cake to go with the pot. She swallowed the pot to go with the turkey. She swallowed the turkey to go with the salad. She swallowed the salad to go with the squash. She swallowed the squash to go with the roll. She swallowed the roll to go with the cider that rumbled and mumbled and grumbled inside her. She swallowed the cider to moisten the pie, the Thanksgiving pie, which was really too dry. The old woman lays on her back. Her body takes up the whole space of the room. The baby and cat bounce on her stomach. The child ties a rope onto one of the legs of the old woman. The mother and father are speechless, hands on their heads and over their mouth, as they see what is happening. Perhaps she'll die. The family all have their coats and hats on. The father is rolling up coils of rope that are attached to the old woman's legs. Pieces of bread with a few bites out of them fall from the old woman's hands as the baby, child, and cat attempt to push what can be seen of her body through the doorway. She is much larger now. She is now just a large blob with no real body shape. I know an old lady who swallowed some bread. A banner at the front of a parade reads, Happy Thanksgiving. Behind it, the old lady floats in the air like a parade float balloon, along with the turkey float. They are both attached to strings held by a large crowd. I'm full, she said. The end.